Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you something. So before we begin something, let's have a look what I'm going to do. This is a sponge dipped in a clear water. When I put it back, what does it give me back? Yes, clear water. And on the other hand, I have a bowl in which we have colored water. When I dip a sponge into this colored water, what does it give me back? It gives me back the colored water. Yes. So what does it mean? The main idea that I want to share with you is that our children is like this sponge. Whatever values, techniques, information we give to our children, they give us back the same results. So if we want our children to be bright, to be aware, we have to feed them with the same kind of information. So hello everybody, this is Deepshikha. Welcome to #Deepshikha. If you like the video, please hit the like button and share with your friends also. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe the channel so that you can get the latest updates about more informative videos. So today we are going to talk about our children. You'll say, oh, that's the same old thing we have been hearing from so many times. We know how to raise our kids, we know how to give them information. But tell me honestly, how many times you have encountered their questions patiently and answered them? The series of the questions that they ask. Sometimes you have come from your office, you're very tired, you're not in a mood to talk, and you want to sit back and relax and watch your favorite TV show. And suddenly your kid comes and he asks you some questions. How patiently you have answered them. This is the time when we have to feed the information into their brains. This is the time when they are full of curiosity and they want to absorb the information. Whatever we say, they just grab it. They just absorb the information. We have to be very careful when we are talking to our children, especially when they are asking us questions, because that is the time they are curious and they want to know what is the actual fact behind a certain thing that we have asked them to do. For example, I've just come from my office and I asked my children to wear shoes as it's cold and they're roaming barefooted. So when I asked them to wear shoes, they asked me, Mom, why should I wear shoes? And I say, because the weather is changing. And the second question comes, why the weather is changing? And I say that the weather changes because the earth changes its positions. It revolves around the sun, and the part that is facing the sun, it's hotter, and the part that is not in front, it's in the back of the portion of the earth, it's becoming colder. So this is the reason we have the seasons change. So now the children will understand that we have to cover our feet and we have to wear shoes because the weather is changing. And why is it changing? They also know that. But if I say, my children come to me and I ask them to wear shoes and the question is this, why should I? And I just say that because I'm telling you to do so. Now the conversation has just finished. I myself have put a full stop after the conversation, that now I don't want to listen to any other question, just do whatever I said. But the curiosity remains unanswered. This is not the way that we should encounter our children's questions and revert back to them in such a rude manner. Although we are not in a mood to answer their questions, we are tired, we should, if we are not in a mood to answer the kids' questions, we should simply say, see honey, I'm really tired, I really like to answer all your questions, but right now please give me some time so that I can relax, and after that we are going to have a great conversation. So like this we can make them understand our own position, but also we are not putting a full stop to the questions they are going to ask, and we are going to have a conversation later so that we can feed them with the right information. And if we are not going to do that, they are not going to give us results. How can we expect our children to answer all the things that they don't know? A recent study has shown that when a creativity test was conducted on the age of 5 to 10 years, the kids had shown the result of 95%. And after 5 years, when the same test was conducted on on the kids of the age from 10 to 15 years, the results slipped down from 95% to 65%. And after 5 years again, when the same test was conducted on the children of age 15 to 20, the result was even much lower, from 65% to 30%. So now you'll wonder why it happened. It all happened because their queries were unanswered. Their mind was always obsessed with all the questions they were always, wanted to ask to someone, to their parents, from their teachers, or anybody who they feel like the people who are more knowledgeable from them. They always wanted to ask those questions. But like I said earlier, sometimes we are tired, sometimes we are not in a mood to answer their queries, and the questions remain unanswered. And the creative mind is not able to work up to that extent up to which they can work. So this is the harmful thing for them. We should always take care of the thing that the questions our children ask, they should be answered properly, so that their brain, their mind, the creative part, the practical part, sometimes the information gets fed in their subconscious mind, and the values, the thing that we are feeding inside, their life is going to be like that. So always beware that what questions your children are asking you. If you are not in a mood, you can delay the conversation, but never put a full stop to their questions. So that's all for today's video. I just want to say that take care of your children's knowledge hunger and give them a good appetite. Give them a good diet of the knowledge and information that they really want. So if you like the video, please hit the like button, and see you in the other video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.